Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another manga review, and this manga is Forbidden Scrollery. Ooh, I'm having trouble with words, guys. Just so much words. And this one is quite interesting. I actually didn't show this because I bought it on a recent trip out, and I'd bought some books. This one I bought because it's like, look at it. It's adorable. Like, they're just amazingly drawn. I love it. Should have thought of that though. This one was another one that took me like a couple days to read because it is a bit slower paced in a way. Like, the story seems slow, but there is action in the parts. So I don't know why it took me a little bit longer to get through this one, but I did get through it. And it is kind of interesting because the person on the main cover, or the person on the cover, is the main character. But then we have this like adorable little girl in the back. I don't know if you can kind of see it. She's adorable. And she kind of bounces into the story back and forth. And her name is Ayako, and she's a writer. And she writes kind of supernatural stories. So it's like if Tactics, the anime, like the guy who writes stuff, was a girl. And instead of like monsters technically being real or Ayakashi being real, they're in book form. So we follow the bookkeeper. That's kind of our main character there, which is Kazui or Kazuzu? Suzu? I think it's Kazuzu. I'm not great with her name because it's like Suzu and then Ko in the beginning. So that name's but she runs a bookstore, and basically it's kind of like a lending library, but also you can buy some of them. But there's a very interesting part. There are these yokai, or Ayakashi scrolls, and they are supposedly written from these Ayakashi, but they're not existing in this world as of this point. Like, they've disappeared. There's no real explanation why they have, but they've left these scrolls, books, these texts behind. And Ko, I'm just going to call her Ko because I can't say her full name. Like, these are written, like, no human can really understand it. People try to, but they don't. But Ko is actually read some of them. And then we get two more characters, which we get a character that I don't know whether to be fully intrigued by or to be slightly sad because she has my name, but spelled very differently. And it's a witch girl named Marissa. Okay, well, that's the first time I've ever seen a story with Marissa in it. That's cool. And then we get our other character who's a shrine maiden. And Shrine Maiden, of course, knows how to exercise yokai Ayakashi, but they haven't needed to use it in so long, so now she just is a sweeper. But then we have our little witch who does know some stuff, but usually just flies around on a broom and is like, I saw some stuff, oh god. So I don't know whether to be thrilled that that character has my name or not. Don't know. It's very weird, but it's interesting. So Ko lends the book to an author that tries to get inspiration. She gives it back. Cool. Then our little witch girl walks into the store as well and is like, hey, like, you have scrolls. And she's like, of course, like, you want to see it. Like, Ko was very super excited about showing, seeing, telling these things. Like, holy snap, this is cool, right? Then we have our priestess who comes in and is like, they better not be real. Like, they just better not. Like, legit. Come to find out, all these scrolls are real and can summon Ayakashi at will. But the weird thing about them is that they can be also sealed back into the book. We then also meet our kind of end of book character, which is I can't remember what the raccoons, like, they're little raccoons that can change shape and form. They're, I feel like I have the word in my brain, but it's not coming out. But we have one of those that kind of parades themselves in the street a little bit, goes to the scroll person or goes to Ko's shop and is like, "Hey, I want to buy this." And Ko's like, "Let me think about it." Well, the Shrine Maiden and our little witch girl is like, "You should probably not really sell it to people because they might like summon these yokai, and we really can't like have them out and about in this world." So she declines her and is like, I shouldn't. And Tanuki, there you go, found it. It was in my brain. The Tanuki's like, "Are you sure? Is it not your friends that did this?" And she's like, "Well, my friends did have a very good point, but I just can't sell these scrolls. Like, they're very rare, but she has collected so many and have like bought and sold vast amount of quality, like different books, different things, just to get these scrolls. So she has the most scrolls in her store. You find out she's Nuki. She runs off. I believe it's a she. Meh. But the priestess is like, "Don't ever like sell your stuff, and I hope you never get broken into." And she's like, "Me too." And I'm like, "Ko, that's not a good thing. You can't be broken into. Like, these scrolls are pretty dangerous." Blah. So this is very interesting, and I love how it's drawn. The art style and everything of this is pretty amazing. The story is a bit more different than I thought it would be. I don't ever assume things when I buy manga. I'm just like, "Oh, it's very pretty artwork. Gotta read it." Then when I read it, it's like, story, very interesting. Love how it's going, but it is a bit of slow pacing and a lot more story arcs than it is kind of a, "Alright, so these are the scrolls, we're going to use them to fight things." Yeah. But it is very interesting. And I'm on the fence about like, if I should keep reading it or not. So if you've read it, definitely tell me in the comment section. I could keep reviewing it, but once again, it took me a little bit, and the more something takes me, the more I don't want to read the rest of the series. I may, like, further down the line read it, but not right away. So, if you like this video, definitely leave it in the comment section below. Who was your favorite character? I actually like Ayako, because she's, like, writing stories about this. It's pretty awesome and kick butt. But I do like the character with my name. It's kind of weird, but Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, the links are down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, that big red button, for more anime, manga, and something different kind of reviews. Trying to think of what else could be different other than making food, but I need like a really good setup and a really good camera to do food videos. Didn't know how much you'd need like good stuff for food videos, but you do. You do. And I hope that you've been having a very wonderful day. It's too warm here. Wolfy-Chan, out. Bye.